The NHL Awards night, an evening full of drama, suspense, maybe even a few laughs at the expense of the Leafs. Welcome back, hockey fans. Welcome in if this is your first time to the channel. I'm Josh. This is the Hockey Flow, and today it's Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. Again, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Man, that's right. We got the NHL Awards night to break down. We have some surprises, if you ask me, and then some other expected ones. But we also have a big Game 4, Avalanche Lightning. We got to preview that, get to my things to watch, all on Today in Hockey. But first, we got to get to headlines. Then we'll get to the fun stuff, break down those awards, and get my reactions to those. And then we're going to dive into Game 4, look at my things to watch, and we're going to even give you a prediction. So stick around to the end. I really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy the content, go ahead, like the video. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. We're just getting started out, but we're going to be bringing you videos daily, and I really do appreciate it. It helps us out a ton, and I love talking with you guys down in the comments as well. So let's keep it up, shall we? But all right, headlines first and foremost. Edmonton Oilers. I know we've been talking about this for a few days now, but the team announced it. The world announced it. JAY WOODCROFT has signed his 3-year extension. He is now the official head coach of the Edmonton Oilers. Again, very excited. Let me know in the comments, Oilers fans, what are you most excited about for the WOODCROFT era? I tell you what, there's a lot of things to smile about. All right, Carolina Hurricanes, speaking of a former Oiler, Ethan Bear, it did come out today that he was given permission to talk restricted free agent deals with other teams. Now, again, they came out and said all the right things and said they want to bring him back, but it sounds like they're just a little ways apart. So, tell you what, I wouldn't mind him coming back to the Oilers. Maybe we can ship Barry out for some other pieces, but, I loved Ethan Bear with the Oilers, and I think he'd be a great addition back on the team. But again, let me know in the comments, Oilers fans. Seems like the headlines were very Oilers-centric, but Hurricanes fans, let me know too. Do you want to lose Bear? Do you think you should let him go, spend that money elsewhere, or where are we sitting with that one? But yeah. All right, we got the awards to get to. That's right, 2022 NHL Awards. We're going to start with the Ted Lindsay first and foremost. This is the most outstanding player picked by the NHL players, and tell you what, they picked Austin Matthews. We didn't do a preview for this one, but this one was a little bit of a surprise because you always hear how much the players admire Connor McDavid and the unique things that he can do with the puck and how he can skate, how he can puck handle at speed and all of that and the impact he has. But Austin Matthews scored 60 goals this year, right? So this is going to be a trend, as you can see. We've got the Matthews jersey on. Huge fan of his game, and he had an incredible season. But yeah, he is your Ted Lindsay Trophy winner for this season. I'm not going to argue with that. The players know better than we do, right? All right, moving on to the Vezina Trophy. We're looking at the top 10D, and tell you what, the reason we put this one so soon is because it wasn't really a surprise. It was Igor. We picked Igor. We knew Igor was going to win this one, if I'm being honest. He has had such an excellent season this year. He's in the MVP discussion, right? He's in that top 3 for the MVP, so how does he not win top 10D? This one was pretty straightforward, and the voting, aligned with that. He won by over 100 points in the voting. So Igor Shesterkin is your Vezina Trophy top 10D of 2022. All right, moving on to the Calder. This is I would say the first surprise for myself. If I'm being completely honest, though, this is who I really wanted to win, and who if I was voting, who I would have voted for too. Now, don't get me wrong. I picked Trevor Zegras in our Calder preview video a while back, and that's not to take anything away from Trevor Zegras or Mo Seider, but Trevor Zegras, the impact he had on the NHL and growing the game this year, and that's what we're about, right? That's what the channel, that's why I created this, because I want to talk more hockey. I want to share my passion, right? Well, Trevor Zegras did that with his fake Michigan lacrosse-style assist and his Michigan goals this season. So I really thought, that was really going to stand out with the voters, and it didn't. Mo Seider won by, what are we looking at here? Almost 700 points. Like that's great. And Mo Seider had an excellent season, 50 points, leading that back line for the Red Wings. And tell you what, if I'm a Red Wings fan right now, I'm so excited about the future between Seider, Raymond, King Elmer, man, he's so big, 6'8". I can't wait to see him on that team as well. But this one, I agree. Mo Seider, absolutely deserving of the award. I'm surprised again. I thought it was going to be a little closer. Trevor Zegras still had a great season, but again, him and Bunting were so close stat-wise that it was interesting to see, how they would separate themselves. But Seider wins it. He's your Calder Trophy winner 2022. All right, moving into the Norris. Now, this one, kind of talk talk of the evening in a lot of ways for folks, because this one all season was huge debate. Is it going to be Josi or Makar? Josi or Makar? And if we're being honest, Makar kind of took over in the postseason. I know this is a regular season award, but you got to imagine, the impression is there, right? And we all now are talking about Cale Makar as a top three NHL player, not just defender. And this season, he absolutely deserved the Norris, and he won it. He won the Norris. He is your 2022 Norris Trophy winner. But tell you what, talk about a close race. Look at the points here. Makar 1631 to Roman Josi 1606. That debate that we had all season long, it wasn't for nothing. We were spot on with that, and kudos to you guys. Josi is absolutely deserving. Had an incredible season. I know Makar edged him out in goals this year, and now we're just really seeing the impact that Makar is really having for the Avalanche and just on the NHL in general. And talk about growing the game and creating excitement. That's what Cale Makar does. Every time the puck touches that stick, it's just magic. And it's great. Congratulations to him, your 2022 Norris Trophy winner. All right, now on to the big one, the Hart Trophy, your MVP of the league. And I tell you what, I picked Connor McDavid. Let's go Oilers. 23 points this season, 144. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I apologize. I got a lot of numbers rattling up in there, but had an excellent season. Austin Matthews puts up 60 goals, right? You can't take anything away from that. Well, goals reign supreme this season, and Matthews had an excellent season. He was so dominant. 50 goals in 50 games. Again, finishes the season with 60 goals, and that's just something you don't see, right? And we talked about it with Corey Perry yesterday, and I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys. Definitely check that one out. So cool to see how Corey Perry has evolved into the Worm, but he used to be Scory Perry, right? He had a 50-goal season, and when you look back through his stats, you kind of forget that for a little bit, but you also look at that season, you look at his point total, and it isn't so grandiose, right? It's not 130 or so, but he scored 50 goals. Goals matter. Putting the puck in the back of the net, assists, you could be the secondary assist, right? And notch an assist. So goals matter, and the voters thought so. And I kind of, I'm not upset. It stinks for McDavid, right? And us Oilers fans, but as a hockey fan, just in general, Austin Matthews is great for the game. He is your 2022 Hart Trophy winner. That's going to do it for the awards. We're going to move on into our Stanley Cup final preview, but let me know in the comments on the awards, were you surprised as I was? A couple of these didn't go with my picks. Let me know. I really want to hear what you guys have to say on this one. But all right, we're moving on to our Game 4 preview. We got 4 things to watch. We see our Nathan McKinnon graphic from The Athletic. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Shayna. But 4 things to watch, right? The Lightning Avalanche Game 3. The Lightning rebounded. They came back. They beat the Avs 6-2. A lot of folks, myself included, thought the Lightning were dead. We were left for dead, and nope, they came back. I said the Lightning need to prove to me that they can win a game before I can even entertain the thought of picking them, and they did, and they won it pretty handedly. So what are we looking for? Who's going to start in goal for Colorado? To be quite honest, I didn't think this was going to be much of a question. I thought it was going to be Francois, just based on how Kemper played and how Francois has played in this postseason. But interesting to see the stuff on Twitter. All the players are very supportive of Kemper, and they're kind of expecting Kemper to be in net. Of course, Bednar's tight-lipped on it, but I didn't expect that to be a debate, really, and it seems like it still is. Maybe that's just all being coy, and I'm sure Bednar knows who he's going with. But let me know in the comments. Who do you guys think the Avs should go with? I'm curious. Kemper, Francois. I think I'm going Francois on this one. Can Tampa do it again? So we saw it in Game 3. The Lightning executed their game plan, right? Cooper had them prepared, and they executed. The Avalanche didn't necessarily execute as well. They were a little sloppy. They didn't look as fast. Well, is that because of what Cooper and the Lightning did and their game plan that they outlined? Well, can they do it again, right? Cooper, same amount of time in between games. They can go back, look at the tape, see what they did well. It's all about just repeating it, right? We don't know exactly if Braden Point's going to be back. We see point number 4 is Cooch okay, but number 3, who will make this statement? Is it going to be Nate McKinnon, or is it going to be Steven Stamkos? I don't know if you guys saw it on Twitter today, but Nate McKinnon was out there at voluntary practice. He was out there taking shots, and it's interesting. We talked about it, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, we talked about how McKinnon, a lot of his shots are right at the goalie, right at Vasi's chest, and so it was neat to see him taking more practice, right? Practice makes perfect. So that's that's really cool to see. But who's going to make the statement? Is it going to be McKinnon or is it going to be Stamkos? Stamkos kind of stepped up a little bit in Game 3. Now which one of those two is going to continue? If McKinnon yet to score, right? So is this going to be the game? And last but not least is Kuch okay? Kucherov did take a shot from Toews at the end there. I don't know if it was dirty, more so. Kucherov's not the biggest guy, right? So Toews is leaning on him a little bit. It's a cross-check nonetheless, right? He served the penalty, but, fell a little awkwardly. That knee twisted a little bit. Sound like they might be making more of it than it is, but at the same token, we don't know, right? Hockey injuries, they're so quiet about it. So fingers crossed Kuch is okay for the Lightning. We just want to see two full-power teams going at each other, right? The bloodbath. But yeah, that's what that's the four things we're looking to watch for tomorrow night's Game 4. We're moving into our picks. We're 37-29 on a tiny bit of a schneid. And you know what? After taking into consideration the four things, I said the Lightning needed to prove it to me that they could win beforehand. I tell you what, this series seems to be shaping up to be another one of those home and away series. I'm taking the Lightning. I'm not 100% confident in it. Usually, yeah, we're going for it. But this one, I'm a little hesitant. Avalanche have looked so good. Last game feels like it was a little bit of an anomaly, right? Is Nate McKinnon really going to let this team play like that again and give up 6? Who's going to be in net? A lot of question marks there. But I do think the Bolts are going to win. I think we're going to even it up 2 games apiece. Go back to Colorado. Who knows? The Avs then win 2 more, close out the series. That's the way that the postseason's been going a little bit, but the Avs have only lost 3 postseason games all postseason. So with that in mind, that's going to do it for the video. I appreciate you guys making it this far. We reacted to some NHL awards, another season in the books. We do have a giveaway going on the channel right now. We're on that race to 100 subscribers. So again, if you're watching the video and you haven't taken the time to subscribe, please do so. It really helps us out a bunch. I really do appreciate it. Once we hit 100, we're going to do a special video and outline what you need to do to be qualified for the giveaway. We're going to give away something hockey related, probably just a gift card or something like that, so you can pick something out for your favorite team. But again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, cheers.